Are you suffering from one-sided weakness with quadratus lumborum, tightness, stiffness, and pain, and opposite side gluteal medius weakness? Hi, my name is Annie and welcome back to my channel, Annie Pilates Physical Therapist. This is the episode 5 or video 5 of my free 6-part video series about my core back protocol. If you don't want to miss out on my other free 4 videos, check out the link down in the description below. Write your name and email address so you can still go back to my previous 4 videos. And some of them are also down in the description link so you can watch them one by one before proceeding to this video. Because in this video, I'll be also talking about my amazing recovery from a recent graduate of my back masterclass who utilized my core back protocol, and her name is Suzanne from Ireland. And we can watch how her body's transformed from being injured from ice skating as well as from her lifestyle of a lot of sitting. So she had a whiplash on her neck falling on while ice skating, as well as a lot of hip pain from years of sitting and a lot of physical traumas and injuries through the years. And finally, she had no more pain in she witnessed in a few weeks inside my back masterclass, as well as how she recovered her neck pain. So let's watch Suzanne from Ireland and watch her amazing testimony over here. So welcome to my back masterclass, Suzanne. This is going to be recorded to share to our audience and to discuss your experience, and as well as, can you share more about your story?
Yeah, so I've had back and hip pain like always, like for 30 years since I was a teenager. And my right, one of my legs was shorter than the other, apparently. And then recently a physio said that it wasn't shorter and they did some work with my hips. So I've had lots of back pain over the years and shoulder pain. And I felt so weak, my core felt so weak, and I attended a local physio or Pilates class here. I'd done Pilates years ago. I kind of just felt that I just needed to go back to basics, and that's exactly what your program did. Went back to basics, and I got a better appreciation for how the muscles all work together. And how it's so important just to build exercises up slowly, you know, and keep building from there.
Yes.
I also have a whiplash injury from this year. So yeah, that's impacted my back as well and neck.
Can you share more why you had a whiplash and what injury happened? The details.
Yeah, so I was ice skating. I started figure skating last year and fell on my head. No other body part touched the ice first apart from my head. So then there was a massive bump actually, and I had bad concussion for a couple of weeks, and then the whiplash from my head going back. So my neck muscles were just really weak and sore and lots of headaches, and that has flared up. That was in February. That has flared up a few different times. So it's been good to have the exercises that you gave me to do, and just to know that I'm strengthening my spine.
Yes. And I know you've been attending Pilates classes and the physical therapy. What made you decide to join the back masterclass on top of it all with your history of back pain?
Because I just felt I needed more intensive, more details, basically, broken down more and actually dedicated to what I needed.
Yes.
So, and in each lesson, obviously, if there's things that I wasn't able to do, I didn't have to do them. It felt like the Pilates class and the physio were up at this level. Whereas your course started down at this level and built me up, has helped to build me up. And it actually just meant as well with the accountability with your our calls every week, you know, and I had something to follow every day.
Yes.
So it got me into a routine of getting up, and I did it in the mornings first thing. Any morning that I wasn't able to do it for whatever reason, I felt a difference in my body, and I was craving doing some sort of exercise.
That's great. And it's only like How was the program? Was it too aggressive? How many minutes do you spend in the morning? How's the length of my videos? Is it too hard to follow along?
No, not at all. Between some are 10 minutes, some are like 15, some go to 20, and it's easy to follow along.
Because of all of this video, what did you find out about your body? Because you found out a lot of weakness areas that you finally know how to target, right? We call that finding the root of the problem. Through this program, we found out about your neck more. I know you know about the whiplash, but that connected the chronic pain. I think that added more insult to chronic pain. And also not addressing that with just Pilates reformer that you've been attending, because they're using those reformer devices, not targeting those areas. And when you went through week by week, when you went to this postural awareness exercises, how do you find that program?
It really helped me, because one of my focuses was for the hips, for the pain that I always had.
Initially, that was your concern, not realizing your
Yeah.
whiplash from February has a big connection as well.
Yeah, but also I always had the stiff pain here because my body had twisted to compensate for the apparent leg length discrepancy. That when the hip pain went, you know, by doing the exercises, and then moved up when I got to the exercises that were focusing on the upper extremities, it felt such a relief to do them. And it's things that I then do, you know, because I sit for my job. So it's things that I now do, I can do easily anywhere. Sitting in the car, when I'm sitting in traffic, you know, I'll think like this, or I'll do that.
Now that's your favorite.
I love doing that. I don't do that in the car because I can't with the roof, but
Yes.
stop every now and again and just do that. Or the one where you're going out like that, stretching, usually do it with a band, but I don't need to have a band all the time. That is like, it's lovely.
Yes.
So, and then also the ergonomic assessment that you provided at the end, I'd already made some adjustments to my sitting area, but I've made more adjustments. So, because I want to make sure that now that I've got stronger,
Yes.
you know, I don't want to go back.
Lifestyle is important, and you learn about key components on that to apply, and also the flossing, the PNF patterns. You learn about the flossing your nerves to release tension, because we talk about how tightness is also caused by our brain, right? What stops us from moving is our nervous system, and flossing our nerves really make a dramatic change as well, because it's not just strengthening but releasing tension from the root of the problem, which is the spine.
Yeah.
I'm glad you enjoyed the program step by step, and we follow along. And despite your program, because you have doing a lot of things too, and vacation, we didn't force our body week by week. Even though there's times that you can't do it, I told you, I reminded you to listen to your body, and it's okay if you need to slow down and slowly speed it up, and listen to your body how the soreness goes, right?
Yeah, and there was actually 2 of the weeks I did twice. I did them back to back for 2 weeks because I just felt they were the areas I really wanted to target, and the exercises were just so lovely. And I just felt my body needed a bit longer doing them before I moved on to the next.
Yes, you're trying to savor the postural muscles engagement, because those are slow muscle fibers, which takes a lot of repetitions and consistency. And I'm glad you did that. You followed through my protocol, my core back protocol. I'm glad you savored every bite of it. And it's a lifetime access. You can always access it again if you need to, if you feel like you lost connection to your body, because life happens, right? But that's why it's important. Whatever you learn from me, those little reminders continue. You don't have to turn on the video if you memorize it already, right?
So
How many weeks again before you felt relief on your hips? Because that's your first target, your hip alignment.
like after a week and a half, maybe, or it was very early on that I could feel
Yes.
it.
That was so amazing, right? Because you're having that chronic pain for so long, despite going to Pilates and physiotherapy. I don't have to massage you, right? I don't have to touch you, and you see amazing results. You don't have to get those massage therapy in your physio place, or the engagement in the reformer classes that just do overall generalized exercises. That's the specific of my program, really slowing down, learning how to breathe properly, that sometimes they don't teach you how to breathe, right?
Yeah. And so what I did as I went along, I made a note in the notes pages of my phone of the different lessons and exercises that I particularly enjoyed.
That's great. Journal. We talk about journaling.
Yeah. And like the weeks 9 and 10, are just a summary for maintenance of what you can do. I've noted down the ones, and think it was like 3 out of 4 of them that were particularly good for me. So it means I know what I can do for maintenance, to keep going.
And there's also the 1 hour video from time to time to challenge, right? Have you tried the live stream?
No, not
the 1 hour live stream at the
no, not yet.
There's also the 1 hour live stream you can also enjoy. It's a combination. There's 2 of them. So 1 hour, the first 1 hour is the combination from week 1 to week 4. And the other hour is from week 5 to week 8. So it's like a combination of everything we learned to memorize a little bit more. And it's okay if you can do an hour of your time. You can always pause in half an hour, because I think your endurance is getting better anyway.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's nice to challenge, because you're an ice skater, and when you're in ice skating, when you want to improve your endurance, which means to make you stand long for your practice when you're ice skating for an hour, right? When you do a weekly or sometimes twice a week, right? You do ice skating twice a week, and you want to just incorporate, if you want, go back again from week 1 to week 4 before tackling the 1 hour to give that confidence again.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
And you'll be surprised. I have some online students who did the hour. They were surprised, wow, I did it. And some of them are seniors. Okay. And some of them actually was in a wheelchair for months and did my program, and was surprised she was able to do that despite deconditioning for one of my students, 4 months deconditioning. And she followed through, of course, week 1 to week 4, and she faced the 4, because she really wants to get to be active again, to be able to swim and do her retirement lifestyle, swimming, walking more. And she did an hour, and she was pleasantly surprised. She was nervous because being in a wheelchair for 4 months really deconditions your body.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But it was one of my success stories also inside my back masterclass that I'm so excited to share with our audience, including you, who successfully relieve back pain. You find your root of the problem, and you know how to tackle your lifestyle of sitting a lot with your desk job.
Yeah. No, it's been really good. And your care and attention throughout has been good. You care. It's very clear that you care about what you do and you care about your students. So thank you.
Oh, thank you, Suzanne. I know I try to listen to everyone's needs, and listening to your history. See, I remember those stories, right? Your February whiplash. I know that you go ice skating, because sometimes you're revealing more about your lifestyle as we go through the program. You're slowly unveiling, and that's when I'm finding why it causes pain. How can we manage this chronic pain that you had for many years? But once you start building strength, the inflammation subsides. And of course, we talk about diet. We're all guilty sometimes when we travel.
Sugar and pain started to flare up.
My toe, pinky toe, was so numb one time. We went to Orlando, Universal Studio, a lot of walking. But my mistake was I was wearing not proper fitted shoes. So that cost. But of course, the butterbeer drink from Harry Potter, you know how it goes. I had 2 cups of that in one day. Because my kids want to do it. And if I don't join.
Yeah. I know.
And then that night I started limping. Oh my gosh, so swollen on my foot. It's too much sugar, the dehydration, and then it was hot, summer, and then it took me 2 weeks to recover the numbness on my pinky. I massage it, I exercise it, trying to cleanse, juicing, healthy eating, back to Texas. When you told me about your story, oh, I know how you feel, Suzanne. I've been there too. When you travel, you try to be good and eat healthy.
I did the Pilates every morning while I was away.
I also did my Pilates. It's the nutrition is also so important, because how sugar is dehydrating to our body, and how it causes inflammation to our soft tissues, and it gets stuck to our body. It's like a sewer system that needs to be cleansed, that becomes blood gets thicker. Our blood gets thicker. It's interesting, right? It thickens our blood. And you feel it, the fatigue level, the energy.
I
It
definitely
drains
did.
you. If you're not used to sugar, and all of a sudden for 2 weeks you enjoyed, because life is short anyway. It's just it's a balance. But
I
at
did
least
notice.
we know how to cleanse.
And with when I did, increase the sugar, the pain increased, but I didn't have the stiffness
Mm,
in the Pilates, but the pain had come back, and I thought, oh, that's that pain that I used to have before I started this course.
yes. And now
Uh,
you know how to fix it soon, right? Which
yes.
is great. You know how to do your program, what fits for you. There's so many videos there. And once you find out what's your perfect match for you, just continue what works for you.
And I think actually just I'll finish up with the fact that in my head, everybody wants a magic pill that'll just
Yes.
fix everything, and then you're done. But that was the realization during, because you kept saying, this is the one to do. If this one helps you, this is the one you do regularly. You need to do it regularly. And that's the thing. It was a real acceptance for me, even though I didn't want to accept it. But, because I've had, weak areas that I need to,
The target. Yeah.
continue with it.
Yes, and actually for me, with my chronic pain also from the car accident, from a whiplash on my neck, from dangling on my neck story, I told you that, right? And the two C-sections, you had the normal delivery, right?
No, 2 C-sections.
Yeah, so we almost had a lot of scar. That
Yeah.
hip area got really burnt because the scar really pulls our spine too. And I continue with my program. And that's why I have my channel, to keep my accountability to myself as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's why you guys help me to be accountable. We have each other's back to help engage together. You can always email me if you have any questions still. And also you can leave a comment on my YouTube. I know you don't have a YouTube, but in Facebook, it's just there's so many comments. It's hard to find, there's so many. You saw my YouTube, my Facebook, right? There's hundreds of comments. That's why I'm glad you joined, so we can have more intimate conversations inside our back masterclass. And I'm glad you enjoyed our program.
Yeah. Thank you very much for it.
Oh, I'm gonna miss you, Suzanne, but it's a pleasant to see
Yeah.
you
Thank
face to
you.
face again, and you're looking lovely. You're looking
Thank
more
you.
relaxed in your eyes. I could see there's less pain.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel it.
Yay! Oh, I'm gonna miss you. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you
Thank you
so
for
much.
doing this interview with me, because this will
No worries.
help my other online followers to know that there's a program out there. You don't have to pay so much money going to different places. Sometimes there's no results. And I've seen some of my online students who experience spending thousands physiotherapy, and they have mediocre exercises, like not really targeting. Because what we did, we started stability. You notice how we slowly build it up,
Yeah.
slow down first, reconnect, because you're fast movement with ice skating anyway. So
Yeah.
sometimes we have to redirect to slowing down and slowly building up the slow movement. And when you do slow movement, we learn that that's how you build your posture muscles, not the fast movement.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty about the program. And sometimes when you go join Pilates classes, they're fast already, right? They're
Totally.
not really slow because they want to police the advanced levels. So
Yeah.
they keep coming. They don't really have that, okay, Suzanne, slow down. It's okay. You're hurting, or you know how it goes.
And that I have more confidence now in the bigger
Mm.
classes to just go at my pace.
Yes, not to catch up with everyone, what everyone's
Yeah.
doing. But having that confidence, it's okay. I'm listening to my body. I'm
Yeah.
mind body connection now. I'm doing my breath work every time I exert effort. The inhale, exhale, squeeze, zip it up. Keep doing that way. You're always connected to your core.
Yeah.
And it feels so good after. It feels like
Oh, it's
after
great.
workout, you don't feel drained. You feel
Yeah.
rejuvenated, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I don't feel as old after it.
I know we get old. Everyone gets old.
Everyone gets
I look
old.
back in my old videos 5 years ago. Oh my gosh, in 5 years, I could see my face change, my body. It's the same. Well, the body's almost the same, but the face.
Well, privileged to get old. Not many.
Yes,
Yeah.
even the Hollywood
So
stars,
don't get it.
you can see they're getting older in 5 years. You can
Yeah.
see the change. And that's
Mhm.
okay. It's a grace to age, because that's wisdom we're gaining. We have to embrace aging gracefully. And that's how I'm accepting myself too, as we midlife. When we're in midlife, we're looking what's the future. In 40 years, what's going to happen? I'm glad you're tackling it now, Suzanne, so you're prepared as we age. Because I was in my head sharing to my students, in the clinic, in the community where I'm serving, and also online, that I don't want to be in a nursing home when I'm older. I don't want to be with a diaper.
So that's
And this will
exactly
help us
where I'm at.
connect to our bladder, our pelvic floor, right? If you notice, every time you do my program, you're also helping your pelvic floor, because that's why when you lie down and lift your leg, place your feet up on the wall, right? You're healing. You notice that the wall Pilates feels so good on your hips as well. Did you try that too, right? The wall Pilates.
Yeah.
It's amazing, right? It feels
Yeah.
like gravity assisted to your pelvic floor. So you have that respite, especially at the end of the day, even 8 minutes just to breathe that pelvic floor. Because that's for women, that's very precious for us.
Yeah. So
And I also have the Revive Pelvic Floor Health if you feel like you're ready. But that's a little bit more advanced for you. But it's a lot of gravity assisted, it's slowly progressive as well. Yeah, I also have a Revive Pelvic Floor Health, and I'm planning, before there's only live stream, I'm planning to do a weekly call also to my ladies, which is exciting. There's a lot of them all over the world, pelvic floor issues, for pelvic pain during intimacy, or when they sneeze, cough, and they started having a leak. This is for pelvic floor to prevent that. If you don't have that issue, which is great, but it will help you prevent that as we age. Hey, Suzanne, it's nice working with you.
yeah,
And I'm
you too.
glad you
Thank you so
enjoyed your
much.
program. My
Yeah.
program, that it's worked for you perfectly. Do you have anything else to share to our audience before we say goodbye?
That's everything. Thanks again.
Oh, you're welcome. And you know where to find me online, and you can still, you know, my email, and you can always make a comment inside both. You know, there's a comment section down there if you feel like you want to go back at it. I have some students still that graduated many years ago. Sometimes they leave a comment still. It warms my heart that they go back sometimes. Take care, Suzanne. Have a great week. Nice working with you. God bless you. I'm hoping you enjoyed this lovely testimony from Suzanne. So let's begin the program. We are going to do a little bit more different program right now. I know video 1, we learned about finding the root of the problem. Video 2, we learned about my amazing core stamina up. Video 2 is where we talk about dead butt syndrome if you've been sitting a lot or you decondition your gluteal muscles. Video 3 is the core stamina and endurance, utilizing my best kept secret being revealed in front of you guys that I've used for more than 20 years as a physical therapist. I help thousands of my patients and online students. And video 4 is where I show you, reveal the entire blueprint, short clips of exercises, so that you learn from video 1 to video 4, where I showed some lovely movement patterns. And video 5, these are something that we haven't covered in my entire blueprint. We're going to do some nerve flossing for your upper body pain, stiffness, and how to floss your nerve if you're having neck pain, as well as your lower body for sciatica. And also, we're going to show how to do dynamic stretching. Once we build the stability, we can do some gentle stretches using the wall to help your postural muscles, and then the foam roller to release tension on your upper back, how to do foam rolling, self-myofascial release, and the ball to improve the stability. So let's begin the program by engaging your core muscles, an elastic band that we can use for posture, and then we have dumbbells to use for our upper body strength, and then an another one elastic band for around your thigh, like a banded elastic band that we can place around our thighs. So first, we're going to do all fours position because this is already video 5. If you find kneeling very difficult, don't worry. Inside my back masterclass, I have some exercises you can do lying on your back and on your side. So in all fours, we're going to use this elastic band first for our upper body. So we're going to do some beautiful upper back strengthening by pulling and extending your back a little bit. So our postural muscles, especially your thoracic spine, gets really stiff and tight if you've been looking down on your phone. So it's important as you extend, you pull the band and breathe out. Inhale down, bending forward a little bit, and exhale, pull. We want to build stability before we stretch. And we're going to do some nerve flossing today. 2 more. I'm trying to cover as much exercises on each of my videos. These are compressed, my 8-week course, so I'm trying to demonstrate as much as I can. Last one, and breathe out. And you're gonna feel that tension from your neck all the way to your mid-back. Now we're gonna do some diagonals, so placing your head down on the floor and lifting one arm up, and switch. So I'm doing diagonal pull like a letter Y, one-sided. 2 more. Exhale, lift and pull. And now we're progressing by lifting to a letter Y. And down and lift. 4 more. So you're gonna feel fatigue now on your neck, upper back. Last one. And down. Well done. Now we're gonna place the elastic band around your thighs, and this will help your gluteal muscles. So as I said, if you don't have elastic band, you can still join me, even without any resistance for absolute beginners. The purpose of that is to build strength when you have a little bit resistance. So now we're going to lift your right knee out to the side, like being like a dog. As I lift my right, I'm pulling the band to the left. Switch to the other side. Breathe in and breathe out. Squeezing your core in so the ball will give you support, especially for those with very weak upper body strength and core muscles. 2 more. Last set. Well done. Now we're going to do donkey kick. Donkey kick is when, you know how donkeys kick back with your knee bent, toes pointing to the heavens. So as I kick with my right foot up to the heavens, lifting the band on the opposite side and breathe out. Inhale down, exhale, switch, and balance. So you're going to really feel the instability of your core when you're getting tired. So if you have one-sided weakness, my recommendation is to do an extra repetitions on your weaker side. So if my glutes on my left is weaker, I'll do an extra rep on my left side for another set of 10. So after the alternating, you do one-sided only 10 repetitions. After doing those activation, now we're gonna do some self-myofascial release using the foam roller. So I've used this a lot with my patients. So let's release our hamstrings. You're gonna sit on your glutes first, extend your leg, and roll back. And this engage your core as you go forward, and then extend, squeeze your core in, breathe in and breathe out. So this is on my week 6 of my back masterclass core back protocol that I'll be reopening on September 1st. You want to make sure you be part of the early bird waitlist if you want to be guided by me. Weekly Zoom calls, hold your hand, make sure you get everything you need to learn about my program to regain your life without back pain, to have a stronger core and improve overall posture. The foundation is your core, and that will help all the way to your neck, like how Suzanne. And finally, relieve her back, neck pain, and hip pain. Last set. Well done. After releasing your hamstring, I do some calf as well. As I said, not everyone has good strength on their upper body and core strength. So from here, you're gonna roll down, back. Squeeze your core in as you roll. Last set. And down. So those are one of my ways of releasing your lower body tightness. And one of the other techniques is figure 4. So if this is too challenging, then don't do it yet. And I like to do my self-myofascial release on my piriformis as I floss back and forth. If this is too challenging, you don't have to do all figure 4. You can just sit down and roll back and forth to release the gluteal and pelvic floor release as well. For those with good flexibility, now this is advanced with your knees towards your chest. And this is how it feels so good for me. I'm very flexible now, but I used to be very tight when I was younger. So it's not true. You're born with it. It's a lot of, I know genetics play a big part, but flexibility is hard work. I used to be very tight. I can even reach down to my knees as I bend forward. Just to let you know, hard work and consistency will give you results. So after doing that, I do my IT band as well with one leg extended and roll all the way to your hip. This will help your quadratus lumborum pain, because if you're tight here, it really pulls and open that tightness on your QL. Breathe in and breathe out. As you can see on some of my quadratus lumborum pain, grab a dumbbell and crawling back and forth to strengthen your glutes is one of the best way, with slightly knee bent back forward, and do this 10 repetitions. This will help build your core strength and those tiny QL muscles as well as your gluteal muscles, because no matter how much you massage and put some tennis ball in your QL, you're still gonna have a lot of pain if you don't strengthen it, because the support, the rotation of your spine is important to have that tiny movement patterns. Now we're gonna go to a wall to open up your chest. So you can do this in sitting position. If you can't sit and engage your upper back and neck, I'd rather have your buttocks a few inches off the wall. But if you're very flexible and with good posture, you can really sit and touch your buttocks on the wall, but not everyone's the same with their posture. Knees slightly bent, palms out here, and we're gonna do some slow angels. Reach to the heavens as you breathe in and breathe out. Squeeze your core in. Inhale, exhale. Feels so good on your upper back. Last set. And now we're gonna pull your elbows towards your waist while keeping your hands and wrists still touching the wall. And this will help your shoulders if you have rounded shoulder posture. Breathe out. Inhale up. Exhale, pull. Squeeze your core in. And do this 10 repetitions as well. Do 2 sets. Last set. And that's it. This is episode 5 of my core back protocol. I'm hoping you learned a lot about how to strengthen your core. This is already video 5. We try to cover as much as I can. And don't forget about the nerve flossing. I'll show you some upper body nerve flossing right now. Interlock your fingers, twist, and lift. So this is your ulnar nerve. This will help your wrists and your neck if you're having neck pain and radiating pain down your fingers. The next one is medial nerves. It's like hugging a big tree. Open your palms out, fingers pointing back and look up and down. You're gonna feel some tingling sensation on your fingers as you breathe in and breathe out. The last stretch, flossing, make a fist with your thumbs inside. Make a cross in your body, cross it over your body, shoulders, and pull back, and then twist in. I'm pulling my wrist back, pointing back. And that's your radial nerve. So these are important to floss those nerves to help to cool down even once a day, 10 repetitions. And now we're gonna floss a little bit for a sciatic nerve. Interlock your fingers, lie on your back, toes pointing away with your knees bent to 90. Extend, dorsiflex, and then bend. So you're gonna floss it by extending. You dorsiflex once you lift up, and then bend your knees. Breathe in and breathe out. And do that 10 repetitions, especially to the area where you have sciatica. And if it's getting worse, stop. It means you're not ready yet. Slowly progress. Build stability first before stretching. That's why I don't want to do a lot of stretching in the beginning of my patients. I want them to build stability to help control those movement patterns, help your neutral spine, proper breath work. And once you have stability, there's less compression on your nerve. I'm hoping you learned a lot about my core back protocol so far. Don't miss out on my 6th last installment where I'm going to combine everything. We're going to do how to find the root of the problem. Dead butt syndrome program. Number 3, best kept secret to improve your core endurance and stamina. Number 4, entire blueprint of my core back protocol. Number 5, things that we did today, some flossing, some myofascial release. I'll try to cover as much as I can in one short video, but if you can't finish everything, it could last us for 20 plus minutes. It's okay, you can spread it out and learn as much to listen to your body. Everyone's unique on their healing journey, but I do believe every day that you move your body, you are gonna heal and recover. It's all about inner mind-body connection. And it's our brain that's stopping us from stretching. It's our brain that's stopping us from moving. And that's why you're constantly having inflammation, spasm, and stiffness. That's why I'm here to guide you to get the best physical mobility, flexibility, core strength, and improve overall posture. If you have more time today, my recommendation is go back to my week 1, go back to day 1, where I discuss about find the root of the problem. Make sure you know where is your weakness, as well as my invitation where I discuss about proper breath work. I'm hoping you enjoyed this lovely video. I'll see you inside my core back protocol video 6. Write down your name and email address. Mark on your calendar September 1st, 10 a.m. when I will open it only on my early bird waitlist for a first come first serve basis. And don't miss out about dead bud syndrome video 2. So watch the proper breath work over here. Sign up over here so you can write your name and email address, and video 2 over here. Until my next video training, always remember, be safe, be well, and healthy you. Bye!